Good afternoon and welcome to round one action of Super Rugby Next Gen, live from the nation's capital for our second match of the weekend as the ACT Brumbies welcome the men from Queensland. Great to have your company across Rugby.com, Stan Sport and our digital channels. Jordan Hughes with you on the call alongside former Wallaby and Red, Liam Wright.
I'm looking forward to this one, Geordie. Yesterday's match, first game of that Next Gen competition, was a bit of a one-sided affair. This is looking to be a cracker today.
As we have known over the last few weeks, we've got three action-packed weekends to decide our champion. A real rising stars on show, of course, fighting for positions in that Junior World Cup over in Georgia, and of course the Rugby Championship in April as well. So much on the line for these young men.
Oh, there sure is. It's a great lead-up, and it goes back to the time I was coming through Tony's. We were actually in Georgia for our Junior World Cup as well, and it's just, you want games before that. You can get combinations, you can see who's really in form instead of picking off the year before.
Of course, two of the heavy favourites, that is for sure, the Brumbies and the Queensland Reds. The Brumbies were the champions of the Under-19s Cup, and this is how they line up today. Full of star power and full of size as well, and up front it's led by Heppy, Kruger and Lachlan Smith. But the back row is where you should be looking. Lungy, Bukio and Cooper Eagle, the skipper, in number 8 jersey. The halves pairing of Sam Watson and the experienced Chase Oates will steer the ship. And the back three, Johnson, Sullum and McLean from the back as well. They're coached by Dan Hawke. And your men, the Queensland Reds, plenty of star power, Liam.
Queensland Reds welcoming a lot of people with a good pre-season above them. Ace, Rauluni and Slater up the front, but the back row, as you said, Tom Robinson, and captain today, is really one to watch alongside Cloetti and Kelly. The Churchy backline, Alfie Bowman and Sam McGarn, the halves pairing there with Trayvon Pritchard and Frankie Goldsborough as well, connecting their old school connections, and Tucker, Howard and Conway in the back three.
The rain is staying away for the time being here in Canberra. Of course, yesterday the Waratahs absolutely decimated the force. You're on the call of that one alongside Lockie Gray. The Tars, once again, will be a front runner.
Oh, they did, and they showed all their star power. Just a really composed forward pack with their back line coming in and injecting with great pace. Force showed some really good moments, but just couldn't put together that last pass and last phase that needed to execute.
On the Red side today, a couple of locks and back rows you're looking out for. Who stands out for you in that pack?
Yeah, I think one to watch is Tom Robinson. He'll be captaining the side today. He's got a lot of experience in that top squad now, having done a few pre-seasons, played in a lot of those cap games against Tonga, and just getting time in that Super Rugby Oz as well. He's a big man and he's strong, but he's going up alongside Eli Lungy, who is a big name in that Brumbies side. He's got plenty of size. He's the physical, big back rower that you come to expect these days, and will be looking to impose himself on that Red side.
Eli Lungy, Aussie 18s last year, was in the 20s mix as well. Training with the Brumbies top squad, so no doubt his name will be said many times in the years to come as the Queensland Reds get set to make their way out here at the University of Canberra. Of course, one man's name we keep on seeing, Trayvon Pritchard, spent some time with the Reds top squad. He was in that trial match last week. He's a real talent.
Yeah, and he was rushed straight into that top squad as soon as he could. That much talent coming out of the schoolboy competition. Hands down, pretty much the best player in the GPS last year, and you could see it already transferring into those big games. He scored a try in his first game in the Queensland colours, and importantly as well, he's alongside Frankie Goldsborough, who's a returning Red with plenty of experience in that top squad. Had a couple of injury niggles last year, but that centre pairing is going to be scary today.
Well, Frankie Goldsborough is a good example of this competition. Recently turned 20, but allowed to play in this Next Gen tournament, and great to see him get some minutes. As you mentioned, had some elbow injuries last year and a bit of arm problems as well. So good to see Frankie back in the mix. But the Brumbies, they'll be up to the task today. Look at their back line. Chase Oates, isn't he a talent? Of course, a Queenslander. Made the move down, and he's made every post a winner.
He sure is, and he's had brothers who've played professional rugby come through that Brumbies pathway as well, but he's going to be paving his own path. He's a big number 10, wants to take that ball to the line, but also got a really assured kicking game about him.
Reds almost set to go here, just waiting for the Brumbies to make their way out. And what is going to be a massive year for rugby in 2026. Super Rugby Pacific begins Friday night. Of course, the Tars and the Force, so the Waratahs and the Reds. We saw that trial match a few weeks ago, and the Reds have some work to do, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They're going to be fixing up a lot of the issues that we saw in that first game. Obviously, you don't want to read into the trials too much. The trials will be making sure they don't get ahead of themselves as well, but they've had a really good opening pre-season matches. They beat the Brumbies as well in a real high-scoring encounter, and that's got to give them a lot of positive energy going into this season.
As you see, the Brumbies getting ready to make their way out onto the field. Just making the Queenslanders wait. Bit of gamesmanship there. Will be Cooper Eagle, the man from the Canberra Royals, to lead out his side today. The ACT Brumbies. And a number of returning stars from this 19s team last year. So the combinations are ready to go.
They are. We've seen how important these pathways are to building those combinations and to leading into this. That's why this competition is so important. Building on that under-19s to taking it to the next step, that under-20s, that pathway, and trying to impress for contracts as well, Geordie.
So the Reds will kick off. Running left or right on your screen. Next Gen. All these young men chasing a green and gold jersey this year. Amber McLaughlin, she'll be in charge of this one. And we're ready to roll for game number 2 on round 1 of the Next Gen. And the Brumbies will waste no time inside the 22, and they'll clear it away. And what looks to be a bit of a damp track here in Canberra. So we'll have our first set piece of the afternoon.
Yeah, you can hear the boots squelching on that ground there. But still, that's a very nice exit, getting them back to the Reds 40.
Isaac Rauluni, a man from the Tigers, his first assignment. They go to the front and it's clean from the get-go as Bowman looks to relieve the pass, and that's Paul. The ball scooped up, the bootlaces there from Goldsborough. An early carry from the outside centre. So the Reds mix it up, and a bit of a miscommunication there, and it's an early error.
Yeah, not exactly the start the Queensland Reds Next Gen would have looked for. First pass off the line out there by Sam McGahn, looking a little bit low to Frankie, and then see that pass off the half from Alfie Bowman. Going to that third man when the second man was probably expecting it a bit more. Isaac Rauluni, though, won't be too upset with the knock-on if he gets to go straight to scrum time.
Plenty of power between these two packs. Heppy Smith up against Ace and Slater. The key props on both sides. Kingsley Ace, a name we keep hearing about. He's going to be a force in this contest. But the Brumbies now, their first chance of ball in hand. Inside the opening 90 seconds as Watson with the feed. And eventually will get a hold of it. Now he gets the full arm. And it's an early dub. It's scrum time for the Brumbies.
That's an imposing start from the Brumbies front rowers there. You hear a lot of people talking about scrumming long, and the Reds held in just for the initial, but then that length of that scrum, keeping the ball in at the back there, well done by Cooper Eagle. And then Heppy and Smith just went to work.
Chase Oates finds the line. He's battling injury leading up to this one, and was given all the way to a kick-off to prove his fitness, and he has, and he'll be key. Of course, scored that pivotal try in the under-19s grand final last year. He's a big body, loves to take a tough carry as well. So Kruger now goes straight up. And now the rolling ball looking to get formatted for the Brumbies inside the 22, and it's back with Kruger. Another Aussie 18s representative in 2025, and he's rumbling towards the sticks of the men from Canberra. Playing advantage once again, but now Watson wants to relieve the pass. He does just out the outside. Chase Oates and fires it away. And there's the opening score for the Brumbies. McLean will dot it down. And the Brumbies strike first.
And that's a really good start from the Brumbies. You could see them, a real nice clean kickoff. They get the scrum penalty, go straight to maul, draw the penalty out there of Bill Ross, lifting the ankle on the edge. And then that just looks simple, doesn't it? Frankie Goldsborough gets a little bit caught up, and Tyone Tucker has to bite in. Then the numbers and the ball just does the work for them. Chase Oates, exactly as we spoke about, getting the ball where it needs to be. And Harvey McLean's the man who finished it off.
Great first involvement from the back line. Forward set the platform there, and Harvey McLean opens the account for the Brumbies as Oates will add 2 more to the score sheet, and the Brumbies lead the Queensland Reds 7 points to 0.
And it's something we saw in the first game yesterday, Geordie, as well. The teams that are exiting well, getting out of their half, playing down the right areas, you just draw 1 or 2 penalties, suddenly you're right down in that try-scoring opportunities. And if you can make the most of it, especially in slightly damp conditions, that's the type of footy you want to play.
Work there from Dylan Breton, the 12, just held the pass nicely to create the space out wide, and is the Brumbies with an early lead as lines with this time the Reds get up in the face and shot down that kick there from Johnson, who has to take the tackle, but they get a penalty to go with it. Now release the call.
That's just compounding errors and pressure there from the Reds. When you give away points like that, you want to make sure they don't get an easy exit. Brumbies will be all too pleased to put the big boot of Chase Oates to work and get a line up near the halfway. So you see here Trayvon Pritchard, who's wearing the 26 jersey. It's not a clear enough release for referee Amber McLaughlin.
So you approach 5 minutes gone, and the Reds have barely touched the ball. 7 points to 0. It's Kruger. Again, it's safe up the top from Hansen, and now look to shift it through Breton this time. He's an imposing figure in the midfield. Oates on that booming boot you spoke about, Liam. It's going to be 1 bounce into touch. And that may be a 50-22, and yes, it will be. Pinpoint.
Couldn't ask for a much better start from your 10. Nice little try assist, a couple great kicks to touch. And then a booming 50-22. Just turning around Nicholas Conway in the back. Suddenly the Brumbies have their second opportunity at more time.
This time they go to Lungy, who gets it away nice. Now Kruger holds it up and then runs straight towards McGann. Looking for quick recycle left-hand side. Watson goes digging for it. Now he gets the advantage. And here goes Gordon around the corner. So the Brumbies hot on the attack once more. Oates holds up for Breton. He can't control it. And scooped out there from Conway. We'll come back for the advantage being played.
Yeah, pretty clear not rolling away penalty there. Olin Clerty, the 7 from Queensland. Really wanted to go with that ball, but it's so hard when that momentum's against you. Passive tackles coming in. They can't roll away quickly. The 7s have to know better there than to go chasing that ball.
So Oates going to go straight towards that corner. And the pressure just continues here against the Queensland Reds. Again, Hansen, all 195 centimetres of him, up above. Rollingmore looks to go about their work. Kruger has control. The Reds holding firm for the time being, but still pressing forward are the ACT Brumbies. Kruger, he's hungry for a 5-pointer, itching towards the chalk now, the Brumbies. What in good formation, keeping their patience. Kruger's not going to release. Watson's demanding for it. He may not need to. Now he breaks off right inside, and there's the try. Patience at its very best, and Kruger gets the second score for the Brumbies.
Patience, yes, but brute strength. That is a maul to be reckoned with. Just watch here, Lachlan Smith, the tight head prop, where Kruger is just behind him. He's pumping his legs the entire time, keeps him moving forward, just going strong. And then Kruger keeps that ball in long enough to make that dive for the line. Reds had a nice defensive setup. But that Brumbies maul just kept marching. Centimetre by centimetre, all the way over the line.
12 points to 0. 8.5 gone. It's an imposing start from the Brumbies. And the star-studded lineup of the Reds are shell-shocked early on.
Sure is, but you have to say it's very Brumbies rugby, isn't it? Nothing too flashy, but they're doing everything right. They're nailing the simple things. They're using the penalties well, get to a good set piece, and they're just converting points.
Notes makes that one 2 from 2. That's how it all started, Lance. From that man, the boot of Chase Oates.
Then we can see them all there. Just the little feet constantly going, churning over. Lachlan Smith doing a great job. Cooper Eagle moving them forward.
Good option there from the Queenslanders, trying to win back some possession. Make that one contestable as Ace goes reaching for it. And it's spun out the back door. So can the Reds finally build some phase play? As we approach 10 minutes gone in this first turn, they have the advantage. Ace dummies and bumps over a couple as he always does. Shifting it to Pritchard, holding it up nicely there to Conway on a hard line. Bowman goes digging for it now for Ace again. Good carry there from Big Kingsley. Bowman making a meal of that, so we'll come back for the advantage.
Number 2, offside. Never back.
And that's the first real look we've got of the Queensland attack. Kingsley Ace doing some nice work, some strong carries up front, always managing to beat that first man and just pump his legs a little bit. They'll be wanting to keep that ball in hand down in this side of the field.
It's a great chance now for the Reds. Can they unleash this back line? Up goes Harris, and now away to Pritchard, playing inside centre, wearing the 26 jersey on his back. For Cripper cycle, Rauluni's waiting for it. Ace to his right, and again he snatches at it and coughs it up. And lucky for the Reds,
Number 12.
Breton gives away the penalty.
Lucky break there.
Sam McGowan off his right foot. Taken there from Ross. So can the Reds dish up some of their own punishment early on? The Rolling Maul just lose its feet inside the 5. So now they'll keep it in tight. Looking for their first try in this competition. Pritchard. Some footwork back into the traffic. As the big boys look to rumble their way forward, trying to get across the line. They're over, but is it down? Held up and short initially, but there's the try awarded to the Queensland Reds. And coming up with it, the Reds on the score sheet, 14 points to 5. It's a good fight back.
Levi Slater there getting over the ball, dotting over the line, but it's his forwards around him. I think that's Bill Ross, Angus Kelly, who've really driven him over the line there. That's what you want to see up tight. And you've got the strength and skill of a guy like Levi Slater that close. You just need to add body weight.
Looking to make this game 7 points the difference. McGowan has no issues there. And it's game on once again here in Canberra.
The Reds will be pleased with that. First real opportunity down there, converted into points. Nearly had a good maul set up there, but then going to work in the pick and go. So we have a look here. They survived that first hit from the Brumbies really, really nicely, but then managed to just fall over their feet with a little bit too much pace going. But Levi Slater picks it up right where they started and gets back into it.
Back underway is Ross. Flies high. 2 years with the Aussie 18s. An absolute workhorse is Will Ross. So the Reds now a bit of momentum. The tails are up after that 5-pointer. It's Pritchard. Tries to spot some space down the fringes. Tucker off his left foot. He's a big body and pops it away nicely to Conway. Brumbies over the top. But not illegal, says the referee. Lachlan Smith there, ping.
Number 3, off feet.
Yeah, you can hear a pretty clear picture there for the ref. You can see elbows on the ground, just not giving a good example of supporting your own body weight at the ruck. See, Lachlan Smith gets himself into a good position initially, but then just loses himself going forward. It's these penalties, though, that'll keep bringing the Reds into the game. We saw it in the first 2 tries from the Brumbies, where the Reds penalties marched them down the field. And same there, the Reds points came from back-to-back penalties, bringing them into the right zone.
So Harris gets that one down nicely for Pritchard, who's the main man. And you can see why Pritchard breaks them open. Off and gone. Pritchard's there. Oh, it's the Trayvon show early. And the Reds back in the mix.
Well, you can see why there's so much hype about this kid. The strength of a grown man, just shrugging people off with that. So we look back at the line out, and then here he comes. He throws out the palm, holds them off, and then he manages to beat another 3, maybe 4 Brumbies defenders inside there. A brave covering tackle coming around well, but he holds that ball strong and dots down right under the post. He is the real deal.
That's unbelievable. He had no right to get through there. The strength from Pritchard is all class. We're locked up here in Canberra. 14 apiece. Individual brilliance.
Well, there's nothing tricky about that set piece. Send it to Trayvon, let him do his work. Probably not exactly how they scripted it up. But who needs phase 2 and 3 when you've got a man like that on the field?
Had some work to do in the backfield as well. And he took care of McLean and Oates as well. And all of a sudden, the Reds have their tails up in this contest. 14 all. And there's the skipper, Robertson, holding his feet nicely. There's Bowman. Wants to go to the skies. Coming forward is Bukio, as is Robertson. It's ripped away, and the Reds end up with it. So Bowman wants to turn them around and dish up some more. Howard's in hot pursuit, but back there in cover is Johnson. Johnson one-on-one with his opposite winger, and he beats him and then flicks it away to Brett on the outside. He needs to send the field of play, and he does so. And now Paul's out the front door, but we are playing a penalty to the Brumbies. No clear release on that occasion.
The Reds starting to show a lot of that confidence that'll come from those last 2 tries. Pat Howard in strong pursuit there, pinning them in the corner, but it's just going to be the discipline from both sides. It's going to dictate the momentum of this game. Breton does really well to keep the ball in play here. Yeah, just no clear release there from Will Ross.
This game is well and truly alive now. 18 gone. Battle of territory and possession. The Reds have won that battle in this last 10 minutes or so after a hot start from the Brumbies. Over the 50 they travel. Watson on the outside to his captain, Eagle, who's driven back in the turf there from Ross. Oates holds it up nicely. Krug on a tough line, but around the legs there is Bowman. Eagle again. Just one out stuff from the Brumbies for the time being. And again, a miscommunication. And Smith spills it. So the Reds now on the attack through Ace. Now for Pritchard. This time he's wrapped up, ball and all. Bowman on that trusty boot, dinks it in behind. It's going to skid along the wet turf here in Canberra. It's our first try scorer, McLean. Return serve. And decent purchase as well.
Jeez, he's got a bit on that. Strong defence by Queensland in the middle of the field there. Brumbies, Geordie, just looked a bit out of sorts on where to go, just sending forward after forward. Sam Watson, the 9, probably guilty of not playing at their own pace, rushing that last pass when the forwards weren't quite set.
Clean from the skipper, Robinson. A wraparound play from Bowman, now on a tough line. Up towards halfway they travel. McGunn's sitting up, he wants to go to the skies. Conway's coming through. As Oates comes forward and juggles it now. Going down the sideline, no one's in front of him. The cover's coming across. Oates for the slide, Oates for the score. We're going to have a chat from our referees. Close call.
Not out. They're not lost forward. Then the field of play first, though. They scrum, 5 metre scrum.
And there's the call, knock on. In the process of scoring the try, Chase
On the
Oates.
field of play, 5 metre scrum.
How about that? Not quite the finish, but great run there from Chase Oates. I think he kept expecting someone to be there, but nearly took it to the house. That's a great take in wet conditions.
Straight, straight.
He had Salim on his left. Could have been the option to go there.
Crouch.
Very close call.
Bind.
The Reds got some work to do, playing on their own try line.
Let's stand up, guys. Got both of you leaving your bind here. Just get a good grip, hold it throughout. Get our shoulders up. Reset. Crouch. Bind.
Sam McGann, good effort in the end
Set.
on his opposite number, and what is a bit of a bigger body as well. Back to live action now as the Reds look to truck it up through Goldsborough. Set the platform
Hold it.
so McGann can clear it away, and that's what he does. Can't find the touchline, so Oates goes centre field and bringing it back now from the back. McLean on the outside. There you go, striding out as Johnson this time, who gets collected from Howard over the top. And the Reds spot the isolation and they make him pay.
It's a great turnover by Clerty there. The Queensland number 7 got himself all over that ball, just bided his time, waited until the man hit the ground. After a strong tackle by Pritchard and Howard, I think it was. See here, great late minute pass there by McLean to Johnson. He nearly gets the better of Trayvon Pritchard. In the end, Cleotes is too fast for the support.
Looney goes to the front. Trusts the operator Ross, but this time can't find it. So a gift chance now for the Brumbies in real prime real estate here.
Yeah, the Reds line has been solid so far, but just the delivery there. Probably a bit of miscommunication around whether they were going to maul it, rip it, or deliver off the top. The Brumbies scrum will have a chance now to set up a perfect platform for their back line.
Watson, another man from Queensland, played his school at Nudgee College as he picks up the scraps there. And referee going to say, not gone there. Try to get tricky. Around the corner there was Lungy alongside Watson. Doesn't come off this time.
Yeah, just didn't have that stability at the back that they had in that first scrum. Probably trying to scrum long again, but made it difficult for Eagle at the back, and that is not a pass you really need to throw. Difficult pick up for Sam Watson in that weather. The Queensland back row all over them.
The platform is set for Bowman. That's clean. As McGahn goes straight onto that right boot and sniper-like kick inside the 22, but can't find it, and it's been one bounce into touch. There was a cry for out in the full initially.
Sam McGahn, no questions of his intent there. Just trying to put his team in the right areas of the field, march them up, trust their defense, which has been strong so far after a rockety first 10 minutes. Queensland will be hoping to get a bit of pressure on this line out now.
Give you time to set, you boys come in and set.
Good contest in the air, but it's one there from Hanson. Now stemming onto it is the captain, Eagle. Trying to get his side on the front foot. Watson into the pocket for Oates. Goes skybound. Salim's tracing and coming in hot, but safe at the back. And now relieving the pass to Tucker. Back on the inside. Here go the Queensland Reds. Good carry this time. Bowman linking up. Slow ball coming. Tucker goes into scrum half. Fires it away nicely to Harris. Ace this time. Some footwork at the line. 40 away from home for the Reds. Shifting it left-hand side through Ross this time. Out of the Brothers Rugby Club in Brisbane. McGahn load. Stabbing kick. It's McLean return serve and shoos that one in behind. Conway's back there in cover. He's got time. Inside the 22, he boots it into the stands, but going quickly out of the Brumbies. Centre field now through Oates. Torpedo from Oates, and it's a clean one. But the bounce is kind. McGahn. Time to return serve, and he will find the line short of halfway, and that's a net gain for the Brumbies.
Yeah, nice kick battle there between both back threes. But yeah, an easy gain there for the Brumbies. 20, 30 metres from where that line out started. The beginning of play there. Nice little torp there from Chase Oates too. Easily handled in the end, but looked pretty.
Kruger and Lungy safe. So Oates with some time, and now in the midfield is the captain, Eagle. Good carry there from Big Cooper. The Brumbies trying to find some more points after that fast start in the opening 10. It's been quiet ever since. Watson now for Breton. Oates struggles. He gets the pass away to McLean. One more on the outside to Enesio. A late inclusion into the side. Enesio. Now away for Gordon. Big Jack Gordon keeps his feet and eventually hits the deck. Oates at first receiver. Now for Lungy. Lungy. Good offload through contact to Eagle. He offers the same. Over the top they go. Johnson has to dive for it. Now a Goosey and go on the outside. Here's Jacob Johnson. And here come the Brumbies. Firing on all cylinders. Lungy crashes towards the 5. Watson playing flat at the line through Gordon. Right in front of the sticks. Kruger trying to collect his second. And the ball was available. The referee says that's going to go the way of the Reds. Off feet the call, Liam.
Wow. Not sure who that was that came in and forced the steal there. It sounds like the ref's interpretation is that it's a clean steal coming through and then he's been tripped by someone on the ground. I think that Slater comes through. That must be Jack Gordon who's been pinged. But that looked a lot more promising for the Brumbies.
No, that's all right.
As we hear the explanation there.
No, time's off because we're doing a sub. Oh, here we go.
But a strong carry from Eli Lungy in the number 6 jersey, setting up a real nice phases of momentum there.
As the Reds make some changes, Jacob Job in the 17 jersey, that's a wayward pass. Going into the 22, leans on that kick and running onto it at full strides, but clean. He runs into his opposite number, Nicholas Conway. Flat the line, Lachlan Smith plays out the back door as Lungy gets jammed up there from Robertson. Ball's available, it says the referee. Smith tackled around the legs there from Kaluta. Now playing flat to Johnson. He's losing his footing in this wet terrain. Nothing doing there, we'll come back for the high shot.
Yeah, Tom Robinson with a good bit of line speed, just caught a little bit high.
High tackle, 6 red.
But the Brumbies probably just looking a little bit stagnant in that attack there. Their forwards not really running onto the ball, creating that momentum. A little bit flat as well to use any hands at the line. They need to start getting some go forward if they're to unleash their back line.
Half-time approaching, a great chance now for the Brumbies to regain the lead. They need to get this set piece right through Kruger. South African born, Oz 18s last year, for higher honours in 26, and he's the man of ball in hand. Right now he gets crunched there from Klutar, picks him up and puts him on his back. Now delivering the pass on the outside through Gordon. Watson, Bukio, he's an enforcer with ball in hand, the big number 7, Bailey Bukio. Watson goes digging for it. Jack Gordon really lifting his involvements in the last 10 or so. Oates to McLean. Now Nasil runs into the wall of 3 maroon jerseys. Lost about 5 in the process. Lungy. Harris muscles up. Wave after wave. The defence of the Reds is holding firm for the time being. Watson has a snipe left-hand side now. Trying to sneak in. Was Gordon. And again, a tough carry this time. It's the backs going in for work, and the Reds are up to the task defensively. And the new man, Charlie Hollyman, announcing his arrival.
And they'll get a lot of confidence from that. Almost every single tackle in there was 2 men in. Those double man tackles really halt the momentum. Brumbies support clean is probably just going past a little bit as well, expecting a bit of momentum from the carry. And when they're caught with the double, just getting driven backwards and slowing their ball up. Very hard to come back and generate momentum off that. So see here, strong line there by Inacio, but just met by forwards, tight around the ruck, probably wasn't the option.
So the Reds looking to exit once more as McGahn loses his footing and sends a wobbly one. Down the throat there, McLean wants to go open side. Looks for some space. Conway's got the jet shoes on to grab it in the nick of time, and he sends it down the line.
Thank you.
Both sides doing a pretty good job of knowing when to play and when to just put that ball down and let it sing off the boot.
Red front, thank you.
What an arm wrestle it's been. 14 apiece. Can't really found its measure. As that one skied over the top, and his job ends up with it. Bowman. Plenty of height. A bit deep in the end as Oates gets on the second collection. Taking back the call. We heard from our referee in the effects mic, but coming back again is Howard. That was Sam McGowan coming forward, but a bit lazy in the end, giving away the full arm.
Yeah, he did it all himself there, Sam McGowan. Put it up, regarded the kick, but his forward pack not retreating the 10 metres.
Scrum where it was kicked for a penalty here. Sorry, Cooper. No, it's right.
Yeah, it's that sort of stuff that as we get to the end of the half, you can see fatigue kicking in. It's been a pretty fast game. But the Reds forward pack will be having to defend them all for their troubles now.
Hansen brings that one cleanly now. Eagle breaks away on his own on that right-hand side. So the Brumbies looking to regain the lead right on Oranges. Brett tips away to Anasia, jammed there from Pritchard. Good shot from Trayvon. But Breton keeps his feet nicely now going towards the sticks. He's happy. Quick recycle needed. And it's coughed up at a pivotal moment from Kruger.
And that's a real let-off. After a great carry by Nate Heppy, the number one. They had all the momentum going forward. That ball was probably expecting to go out the back, I dare say, by Watson. You see here, definitely trying to get it in the hands of Chase Oates. Coco Salim on his outside.
So on their own try line. And a clean platform here. And McGowan will get it with plenty of time to clear it away. And find the line up towards 25 metres out. So still time here for the Brumbies. If they can get this one right. To the front they go. Through Hansen. Now Bukio shapes the pass but takes the hit in the end. Watson. Now for Eagle. He's led from the front every carry. In this opening term, Oates goes over the top looking for Anasia coming forward, but McGowan takes it and then taken out in the air. An easy decision there for our referee.
Yeah, brave take from Sam McGowan. Could hear it on the mic up here. The Reds backline calling, watch the chip, watch the chip. Probably a little bit too slow ball, a little bit premeditated there from Oates.
Kenny Harris straight down. So Pritchard again at first receiver now. A wraparound play by McGowan. Double block coming in for Tucker. Good cut pass on the edge, looking to unleash Howard on the fringes. Tom Howard, man for University of Queensland, son of Wallaby, Pat Howard as well. So the Reds now full of running. There's Bowman. Coughs it up again. It's been sloppy from both sides. Unforced error again, crueling any Reds momentum.
Yeah, just getting a little bit scrappy towards this back end of the half. See Nate Heppy there, hands on heads. He's had a couple big runs, feeling it towards the end. Both sides locked in a 14-all stalemate. We'll be looking to get one last punch in before half time.
Sam Watson was played for the Reds, under 16s. But this time his team can't control that scrum. And the Queenslanders get a big time win.
That's huge, a minute to go. Tight head on the scrum. Let's see, what Kruger just couldn't get the hook. And once that foot's lifted, if that ball doesn't go backwards, you are compromised. The Reds front row took full advantage of that.
Thank you.
Charlie Hollyman, who's had a good involvement since coming on earlier.
Hold the line.
So you see here, the hook of Kruger comes up, and that connection between the 9 and hooker, which is so important, just didn't get it right.
So back this time for the Reds, and works out nicely. There's Pritchard, gets some chip meters through the middle. They're on to it is Hollyman. Good carry from the replacement hooker. Robertson, that one cops a deflection. Howard scoops it up. As a line speed of the Brumbies converge all over him. Good shot out of the line there from Gordon this time. Playing the back door for McGann. Spots a space on the edge. Sam McGann is driven into the Canberra turf from Eli Lungi. And after all that, that'll be oranges here at Brumbies HQ in Canberra. And these two sides can't be split. The Brumbies 14, the Queensland Reds 14. Back with more right after this.
So another season excitement is off and running. Oh my goodness! Here we go! Fantastic skiing.
Unbelievable scenes.
Where on earth did he find that one from? Big hit made. What an absolute scorcher. This is something else. That is nothing short of magnificent.
Maybe we missed the sign for the highway. We're driving in circles.
How did we get back here?
How do you think they're going to react when we tell them they can't leave?
It's important to understand these woods are not safe after dark.
Safe from what?
They're coming.
Get these people home, Sheriff.
Do everything I can.
When these sides collide, it can be brutal and it can be beautiful. It is always, always gripping. Let the fun commence.
One day, you may recount grand tales of glory in the arena.
You find yourself elevated from slave to dominus of your own house.
The gods manifest an unexpected gift. One I would see to his advantage.
Let's kill this city that we tower above all others.
This is the Ambassador's first official party. Keep your eyes peeled and your comms open.
There's been a murder in the US Embassy.
Hannah, I need you.
I have a detonator.
If we allow anybody to leave the embassy,
He'll what?
blow up the plane.
How's he avoiding detection?
Someone is helping him.
Everything he's done is for a reason.
Get out now!
There's no way out of this.
Stream the new season of Red Eye now, only on Stan.
Off and running. Each match is an event. It is an atmosphere with few parallels. The crowd on their feet. Oh, that's a try. Magnificent. Away and gone. Out of nothing. This is brilliant from Italy. A record-breaking, monumental moment. Did he get it down? You cannot turn away for a moment.
Welcome back to live action here in Canberra. Super Rugby Next Gen action. Well and truly alive and well. Jordan Hughes with you in commentary alongside Liam Wright. Liam, the Brumbies started very hot and the Reds came back towards the end, but the Brumbies, this is how it got started.
They couldn't have started much better after a couple penalties that led them down the field. Chase Oates getting himself involved. Some nice centre play by Brennan to hold that ball up, but McLean in the 15 jersey is the one who gets the reward. Just making it look all too easy in the first few minutes of that half. And then not long after that, their Moore just went to work. The forwards off the back of a nice 50-metre 22 from Chase Oates. And Kruger keeping that ball in at the back, having patience, having trust, and then some good strength to finish off the back of the front row in front of him. And then here came the Reds. Similarly, Levi Slater doing the work in tight. But this is the one you want to watch. Sit back, enjoy, and put this on repeat. Trayvon Pritchard just doing work, beating too many people up front, surviving a couple shots in the backfield. And that is excellent work as we get another look. He sticks out the arm, holds him away, and then flings himself through a couple more defenders. He has been one to watch, coming out of school last year and already making a name for himself.
So much strength through contact too. It's incredible to watch for such a young man. As we see the results so far, yesterday Liam was one-way traffic, 97 points to 5. The Waratahs far too good. But this game, a bit of a different story, and it's anyone's in the second term. The Brumbies and the Reds at 14 apiece. Big crowd enjoying the spectacle this afternoon. We're going to take a break, and on the other side, it's second half action coming away. The Brumbies and the Queensland Reds. Just about set for second half action here in Canberra. 14-all if you're just joining us. And what is some wet and sloppy conditions here in Canberra. Plenty of exciting rugby being played. What caught your eye most in that first term?
Probably the composure of both the 10s. Thought Sam McGahn and Chase Oates doing a nice job of choosing when to play and when to put the ball down the end. Could see towards the end of the half the forwards trying a few of those lines too close to the defence and knocking the ball on. The two 10s are going to have to really control when and where to play.
That'll be pivotal again in that territory battle in this matchup as the Reds. Banana-like kick. Try to clear that away, and now from the back fence is Cooper Eagle, the skipper. He was enormous in that first half and rumbles up towards the 50. Now Lungy just as big and just as imposing. Tries to get the arms free as Watson has a snipe, and Watson goes straight through the front door of the Queensland Reds. And now Bukio. The Brumbies starting fast in their opening 30 as Breton gets collected a bit high initially, and now back on the inside, but that's missed the mark. So Robertson is there to scoop it up. Now in the pocket for Pritchard, and that's the low option, skids along the turf, but well collected at the back there from McLean. Charge down coming from Ross, the deflection is good, as Job is there to scoop it up. Now the Reds have a chance to attack down this left-hand side. Pritchard, dummies and wrapped up ball around the legs. Salim with a good low effort. Bowman, again. Goldschmidt looking to get more involved. Big Frankie. Robertson, skip up plays to no one, but Pritchard's there to scoop it up. A bit scrappy here as Trayvon tries to get something in motion. And again it goes not the way they're after, a bit sloppy in the end.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy there. It's kind of what we're talking about, trying to throw those late ones at the line to people who aren't ready. Brumbies doing a slight knock on earlier. And then the Reds there unable to finish it off. A good turnover in the end by Billy Hansen. But the Reds with a couple changes at half-time. I can see big Trevor King on there and Charlie Brosnan as well. Both slightly over this 20-year-old age gap, but fitting in nicely in this next-gen competition. And both guys have had a lot of preseason experience with the top squad.
Of course, this tournament, a talent ID process for the Rugby Championship firstly, and then off to Georgia. The World Championship. You went to Georgia?
I did.
What's
It's a
like
nice
over there?
place. It's interesting. One of those places you may not go otherwise, so it's a great time to spend over there and play some great footy. They love their footy over there.
And the national team's on the rise as well.
They sure are.
They'll be here next year for the World Cup. As the Brumbies look to fire something to the left end. Fringes through Johnson again. Rumbles inside the 22. Bukio waiting, eventually gets his crack. Now he leaves the pass to Oates. Around the corner, and Trevor King goes whack on Daly. Big shot from Trevor. But still alive for the Brumbies. Johnson has to go looking for it. Will come back for the advantage.
The call is offside. But Trevor King may not be too upset with that penalty. I'm not sure if it was him who was offside, but geez, he's getting himself involved. You could see him trying to bring some line speed on earlier phases, and he finally got his man there. What a hit. Good look back. Bang, 18 on 18. And Trevor got all of that one.
What a shot from Big Trevor. The Brumbies do have possession in the box seat here. A chance for the first attacking raid of this second term. Hansen had his mitts all over that and relieves it back to Karuga. Playing advantage again for infringements at that rolling ball. So the Brumbies with possession. Just short of the 10, and now the 5. They go through Breton. Oates demands the ball and sends a loopy pass over the top. Salim for the corner. Yes, sir. The Brumbies with the first score in this second half, and it's Coco Salim on the fringes.
And his first real injection into the game there, but a strong finish. Great pass from Chase Oates, who we've mentioned all game. But the Brumbies forwards did a much better job once they're clearing through that ball. Gives Watson time to ging that pass out. And Chase Oates with a great ball. Nicholas Conway couldn't quite get there. That's the start to this half that they would have liked.
Great start. Dominated possession and territory. Playing the right ends of the field. And the vision again from Oates was on full display. He knew the space was there. He now has a tough assignment from out wide to make it a converted try. The difference. Strikes it. Can't find it. 19-14 remains your score here in Canberra.
Yeah, the Brumbies forwards on the first few phases after that maul, as we have a look at the last pass here, they did a much better job of actually cleaning past the ball, leaving no one in the way for Sam Watson to just zip it out. Probably in the first half, at least towards the end of that first half, they were sitting a little bit back, getting in the way of the halfback, not letting him play the ball speed that they had.
So similar to the first half, the Brumbies, other side of that start better. That first try within the opening 5. Sam Watson in control. He's got great game awareness. That's the young man. Brosnan, his first involvement, takes that one cleanly as Pritchard. So versatile, playing the outside backs. On the top squad, back to his preferred inside centre here at 20s level for Pritchard. Slow ball coming as Hoyman with a tough charge. As the forwards continue to roll around the corner as Conway tries to get something going. Nicholas Conway, relatively quiet by his standards. Comes up with the error as well.
Yeah, Conway, Nesquik as they call him, it's his nickname. Trying to inject himself into the game. We haven't seen a whole lot of him with ball in hand. Better involvement there initially. That's where the sweat and the damp field is really impacting the place on the ball.
We saw Nicholas Conway for the Australian under-18s last year. Single-handedly tore the New Zealanders apart from the back. He's so good when he has a chance to find some space.
Okay. I'm going to come, boys. We're going to move across. Soft ground. Lost his footing. Come across.
I think chat in the dark arts.
Yeah, all new front row for the Reds here. Trevor King getting his first chance at scrum time after a massive hit before. Both sides just trying to find a way to up the ante and increase the confidence into this next 5-10 minute period.
It's a shove from the Queenslanders, but Watson relieves it and finds the safe carry through Breton. The initial truck is a good one as Oates. There's a high trajectory kick from Oates. Tucker has to go looking for it, then he finds his man Conway. Loses his footing but gets up and goes again as Nicholas Conway beats the first. Can't escape the grasp of Big Hanson, almost grips it away in the process. Now for Harris. That's a loose one. Goals was back there. Lost about 10 metres in the process. As Harris goes again, Kenny Harris from Bond University Club from the Gold Coast in Queensland. It was Bowman. Conway assessed his option and goes straight in the back there. And now the second option is a good one along the ground. It's a great bounce if you're a Reds fan, as McLean has to go looking for it. And he skies that one off his non-favourable option.
That's worked out well for the Reds after a messy exit. The bomb squad coming on for the Brumbies.
It's a full reload here from the Brumbies pack.
Oh, good, thank you.
A chance to really put some good minutes here for the replacements.
Take a step. Time back on.
Well, Ross has control of it for the Reds. 19-14. The Reds trying to find their first points in this second half. Advantage again to the Reds from this rolling ball. But still going for it. Hollyman breaks away on his own this time. Robertson's there to help. Out the back till they go. McGann. Pritchard. Pritchard with some one-on-one footwork. Keeps his feet nice and now needs some help to head towards the try line. Will be pulled down just short. Now the forwards cough that one up. Come back for that initial penalty.
And that's a well-earned penalty off the back of a strong maul there from Queensland.
Still the ball.
Will Ross, Charlie Brosnan just guiding that thing well. Charlie Brosnan really using his weight to turn that corner. Probably a little bit too fast at the end, tripping over themselves, but Hollyman does a great job to keep that ball alive and keep it marching.
You be back in that maul again here?
I dare say, yep. Charlie Brosnan would come in, take over the calling options there, and I think he'll be going to the well.
Just as Liam predicted, the Royal Maul trying to get the rumbling. Hollyman needs to come back on the inside. There's new advantage being played.
Advantage.
As the forwards reload through Robertson again, driven back in the tackle. And that one spilled out there from Job.
Knock on there. Changing binds. Number 19, changing binds. 19.
Oliver Ulmer, the infringer on that occasion from the Brumbies.
You'd have to think they'll give themselves a third crack here. 2 consecutive maul penalties. One more might raise some serious questions in Emma McLaughlin's mind.
Discipline needed for the Brumbies. Brosnan this time is the option. Still keeping control of it, giving very low form, but it's hit the deck. And the try's awarded under all the bodies. The ball is on the paint, and the skipper comes up with it, Tom Robertson.
That's the back of a lot of pressure, consecutive mauls there. Ball went to Brosnan this time. Bill Ross in front doing a great job to help him drive around that front corner. The transfer didn't go to Charlie Hollyman, who would have liked to crack at that. But Tom Robertson, the skipper, able to secure his way over the line.
Ezekiel's putting it in the middle. Oh, is he? Yeah, he will. No. Yeah, Zeke, sorry.
Can I go run and grab me and Louis' jackets?
McGann put the Reds back in front. He hits it nicely, hits it well. The man from Queensland back in control, 21-19.
Yeah, as we get another look at it here. Great drill there. You can just see the hit that's coming in from that next three of Queensland. Really getting their momentum. Brumbies probably guilty of driving too far on that backlifter, forcing them around the front, which is exactly where they wanted to go.
Mix up at the back, and the bigger body wins on that occasion. There's King, speaking of big bodies, big Trevor. You see that on the way down. Just lost control and tried to regain it. And this gives the Brumbies another chance to hit right back.
Yeah, we talked earlier in the game about exiting after scoring points. That's not what the Reds would have wanted. They finally crept ahead on the scoreboard. That awesome conversion from Sam McGahn. And Trevor King with a really strong carry. I think it was Eli Lungi actually got over the ball and forced that, in my mind, more of a turnover than a knock on. Nonetheless, the Brumbies have a really strong target here.
As the Canberra weather arrives, to tighten things up for both sides. The Reds trying to enforce the penalty, but McLaughlin, our referee, says no thank you, and the Brumbies get it.
Yeah, the Reds probably hungry there after that tight head towards the end of the first half. Going hard on Brumbies' ball, with the ref saying that tight head Trevor King is angling in there.
After his first assignment, Alma can't control it. Now it's booted away, and the race is on. It's worked an absolute treat for the Reds, making 50 in the flies. McLean has to just wobbly. Get rid of that anyway he possibly can. As the Reds want to go quickly, the referee says that's all good. As Pritchard with some room to move, sends a long ball out to Tucker. Tucker back on the inside to Conway. And the help arrives to the Brumbies. So the Reds at a fast pace. Job within 5. Now the big man rumble. King looking to make amends. Trevor King. Robertson tips it away nicely. The ball's dropped. They're offside against the Brumbies defensive line.
Hands on the ground. In front.
The Reds back 3, wanted to play so quick. A great net result off that Charlie Hollyman kick. But equally, despite the weather, they want to play. Tucker getting some good involvement off that left-hand wing. And bet the house on it, you'll see another maul here.
Brosnan takes it. Looking to extend their lead, the Queenslanders. Demanding excellence at the back. They're over the line. Is it down? And the referee's found what she is looking for, and the Reds, they find 5.
Tom Robinson again. I thought Ollie Auma might have got in there and held that ball up. Could see him sneaking between that seam of Bill Ross and Charlie Brosnan. The hit of this maul is just too strong. Again, that ball not transitioning back from the ripper to the hooker. But when you're going forward the whole time, it doesn't really matter.
Second of the match for Tom Robertson. Another man that was within that 20 side last year. Talented prospect. 26-19. They're trailing 14-0 early on. Gun. The radar on cue. 28-19, 60 gone.
So take another look here. Just the hit that Robinson's adding when he rips that ball. Not content to just strip it back, but he wants to go forward with the rest of his forward pack members. The rest done a great job spotting that under all there.
Oates gets us going once more. And carbon copy from moments ago, the Reds. And that tough angle from McLean, and now here comes Eagle. And straight into the collision. King makes the hit, but advantage. There's Daly. Geros trying to spark something. The 21 for the Brumbies.
16, yeah. No arms.
Charlie Holyman giving away the penalty. So that's 2 times in a row the Reds have struggled to have a clean exit without discipline getting in the way.
Great to see Cooper Eagle coming off the back fence though, isn't it? That's what you want to see from your skipper, from your number 8. He's working hard to get him back into this contest. Penalty coming on the hit before.
Step in. And all the way.
Arta goes looking for Lungi but can't find him. As the 2 bodies slide towards the ball and end up with it is big Angus Kelly. McGann just scoops that one over the top. Johnson onto the left. McGann one bounces, shoves it back inside. Play on is the call for McGann. Elects to run this time. Sam McGann almost dropping his marbles. The referee says play on. Ross. Slow ball for the Reds. Back into the pocket. Looking for an exit, but Bone will go off his shoe. McLean again. Such a slippery customer with ball in hand. Oates gets away to Breton. Unable to find any structure and continuity as the Reds now look to pounce through Pritchard. Now through Tucker down the left-hand side. Back inside to Pritchard. Pritchard skips out of 1, hits out of 2. Pritchard's got 2. And the Reds kicking into gear now.
Great counter-attacking footy. Big Bill Ross is the one who forced a turnover in the midfield. Just no support around Breton there in the carry. And then spreading the ball to the ends exactly like you should. Tony Tucker with some great involvements in the second half. And the offload to Trayvon Pritchard. The strength of the man to shrug off the tackles. Angus Kelly, Bowman doing well to get the ball to space. A valiant effort there by Jarvis Orr. But Trayvon Pritchard, too strong, gets a second.
One-headed catch, the fend. It's instincts from a young man. He's such a talented man. And not the biggest customer, but just so much strength.
Yeah, very strong on the hips. Able to just keep himself up, keep himself driving.
McGann hits it. No good this time around. And all of a sudden the Reds have got a handy buffer. 33 points to 19.
We got some fun.
Good decisions in the wet from those inside men to get a ball to the speedsters. He'll be one to watch, almost certain to feature in Super Rugby Pacific later this year.
Of course, caught his brother up the other day playing for the Brumbies side, Caden Pritchard. Talented family. He's
Very
handy outside centre. You know, he'll be in the mix for the Brums this year as well. The Pritchard boys doing a job in Australian rugby. Good to see. Great take there from Big Coco for Lion High. Brumbies aren't done yet. Good pop pass in contact as a replacement get involved. That was Baxter this time. Now Daly takes that one to turf. You know we're going to get with big Dylan Breton. Chasing Adline every time. Jeros feeds the left-hand side for Oates. Now Salim hits and gets rid of Pritchard. Oates on the outside. Here's a chance down the edges. Now looking to back themselves for the corner. Going for the corner. There's the try from the Brumbies. Blake Miller. He's all smiles. And that's a flying finish.
He missed the road or he fell off.
And that's the Brumbies looking back to their best. The carry by Finn Baxter earlier in the play, really setting up that momentum, getting that offload. And then from there, actually getting the ball to width. Nice little bump off Coco Salim. Strong carry by the winger. And then let the ball do the talking. A great finish in wet conditions as well. So we have another look. Chase Oates, there it is. Coco Salim, so much strength. And here it comes. Is that might be Jarvis Orr who finishes that? No? Nonetheless, the Brumbies finding themselves back into the game. A little bit stagnant at some points, but that's the attack that they started the game with, Geordie.
Jarvis Orr, the fringes. Question on the field, back row. It was Jarvis Orr in the end getting that try. Great play from the Brumbies. He's so potent over the ball, but this time he was on the fringes lurking. He found a 5-pointer. So game on once more. 33-24.
Not the exit the Brumbies would have hoped for. But that's a big part of the modern game, especially for flankers these days. You need one, maybe two in your back row who can really play well on those edges, combining with your hookers as well, just to create that speed and size out wide as well.
Ross takes that one successfully, as he has all day. Raul Looney back onto the park, looking to finish the job for the Reds. Still plenty of time for both sides. Making meters with ease here are the Reds. Eventually they relieve the pass to Tucker. Josh Tucker onto the field. Now McGurn having a snap on his own this time. Need some help here as the Brumbies big men pinch it. Come back for the first infringement.
This maul for the Queensland Reds. Next Gen is just churning out penalties. Jack Gordon there getting pinged for changing his bind around the side. They are just marching through the middle. Kingsley Ace back on as well.
Yeah, hold the line. Make sure we're retreating once we lose our bind. Your receiver. Your receiver.
Brosnan off the top is clean. And look at the momentum here of the Queensland Reds. Try time. The Reds back in business. And it didn't take long to respond. And it's going to be the hat-trick hero for the skipper.
Tom Robinson gets his third. Very Carlo Tizzano-X, just holding onto that ball in the maul, getting himself marching forward. Again, with a hit like that, there's no need to pass that on. Brumbies tried to contest this time, making their defence even a little bit harder again. And if they can't cut out these penalties, the Mauls will keep rolling.
That is a Tizzano special, isn't it, right there? Johnny Robertson will take 3. McGahn looking to bring his side to 40. The Raiders on cue. And the Reds once again regain that handy position. 40 points to 24. Final 10 or so on the clock.
So we get another look at it. Brumbies just looking for any way to stop this maul. A credit to the coaching staff. Zane Hilton's brainchild, this Queensland Reds maul that has been so strong the last few years and translating to the next gen as well.
And again, Coco Salim up for lying high. Such a good skill, the winger, to be able to do that. For lying high and winning his side possession once again. Giros, left-hand side for Oates. Can they finish with a flourish here, the Brumbies? The 22 there is Will Trostel onto the field. Now for Lungi. Giros keeping it tight down the left-hand side. Having a crack on his own this time. Nothing doing there as it does spill out, but not illegally, says referee.
Yeah, just a little bit late to the party on that breakdown. Clawing it back with the hands. And now the Brumbies, who started the game with some really good maul opportunities, be looking to use it to get themselves back in play.
Off the top there is successful. There for big Oliver Ulmer. And now the Brumbies, they won't go down without a fight here. The clock is ticking away as Upper has control. Labina Ata. Bit of a cheeky there from Robertson.
Had an effect. No release when it's tackled.
And the penalty goes to the Brumbies. Back to back now.
Yeah, he knew what he'd done as soon as he did it there. Tried to get out of it, but a little bit too late. Always hard when the knees are on the ground and you've got a good wrap on the ball. And a scrum call. Queensland Reds forwards will take that as a compliment. They can't get through it all time, so they'll try another avenue.
So the Brumbies now right on the front door of the Queensland Reds. They try now to make it very interesting for that final 5 or so minutes. They need points, they need them now. Important scrum. Oates is standing in behind the left winger, Johnson in behind him. Let's see what they come up with. Giros feeds it. He's going to peel off left-hand side. Cut past to Johnson, he spills it, and then lands back the arms of Howard. So costly mistake off the first possession. Now the Reds will waste no time and clear this one away. Pritchard's the man who step up. It's on a bad shoe as well.
And that's a good exit. Disappointing from a Brumbies point of view. I would have liked to do more than that instead of coughing it up on that first phase. Jacob Johnson. Pass was not quite going to hand.
After, and Lungi gets his big mitt in the way. As Miller is there to end up with it. So gives another chance as Eagle runs into Kelly. Giros looks left and wants to go right, looking for anyone to run it. Eventually he'll have to take the hit, and he does well. Now he throws a loopy offload as Breton gets collected there from Ace. in the same motion. And eventually brought to ground Breton. Oates again through Eagle. Flicks out the back door to Johnson. Johnson skipping out of a couple. Now down the edges is Tross. Still puts it on the toe. Across comes Conway, and the touchline will win the race.
Would have been interesting if that ball had stayed in. Nicholas Conway on his way over. Plenty of Brumbies jerseys around the ball.
One of 5. And this is a round 1 clash of Next Gen Super Rugby. The Reds with the box seat. Carolyn, that's a charge and a half. Kelly, good meters. Now McGann, who's been impressive today, dictated traffic very well. Stepping in late for Finn Mackay as well. Young number 10. Johnson. Standing start. The Brumbies running out of answers here and running out of time. Breton. Peeling off right hand side as Oates trying to get something going, flicks it out the back door nicely. Now some good feet on the outside for Jarvis Orr. Back on the inside to Salim, who gets collected there from Conway. Tip pass, Breton. Dibble picked it up with his bootlaces in the end. Oates, cut pass to Lungy, tries to get tricky and spills it, and now it's sent downtown and the race is on. Oates is going to win the race. Howard's back there alongside McGann, putting some pressure on. So Brumbies forced to just pick and go. Another missed chance. No other option but to clear it away, and Johnson does that. Conway and the Reds, they want to keep playing. Nicholas Conway sends it over the top to his main man, Pritchard. Pritchard on the hunt for a hat-trick. There's some feet away from Lungy, and beats another. Oh, Pritchard. Give him a sniff and he'll take it, and Pritchard will bring it around and collects his hat-trick.
And didn't he make that just look so easy? Nick Liner was lining up, looping around on his outside. You can see here in screen, but he didn't want to bar of it. Kept that ball in one hand, knowing what he can do with his feet, with his strength, with his bump. Remember the name, Trayvon Pritchard.
You thought those Brumbies defenders had him covered there. In the end, Trayvon made them look very silly and collects his 3 and put this game to bed for the Queensland Reds.
He'll take a 2-minute early mark as well, well deserved. 2 hat-tricks today for the Reds. Don't often see that.
Extra 2 is good as well. 47 plays 24. Final 60 coming up. Because Trayvon signed a 2-year deal for the Queensland Reds. The top spot, as you said earlier in the coverage, do you expect to see him in the top side this year?
Oh, you'd have to think so. He'd be one of those ones where you've got to be careful about not rushing him in too early, but as you can see, he's ready. That being said, there's plenty of guys with a bit more experience, a bit more age, just as capable there, but Les will want to bleed him in slowly, I'm sure.
Is he on the wing to start at Super Rugby level, you think?
I think so, probably.
Now that one's bobbled. It's a tough one in the end off that restart there for Tucker, who's had a good showing as well.
And I know we've seen a hat-trick in the forwards at Tom Robinson and a hat-trick in the back to Trayvon Pritchard. But I think young Sam McGahn has been severely understated today, especially in these conditions, making the right choices of when to run, when to kick, when to play, when to get the ball into his big centres outside and handy with the boot as well.
Another good Tiger.
Another good Tiger. No bias here in the comments box.
The Brumbies looking to finish on the right note to get some confidence into next week. As all, isn't he making a statement for a starting spot next week? Smith. Just short of the try line are the Brumbies. Can they bridge the gap? Because no finals in this tournament, so every point counts. Jeros tips away to Orr. Orr hits and spins. Jarvis can't find it. Just there. Must score now for Oates. Over the top they go. And this time, it will be Blake Miller who gets his try. And the Brumbies will wrap things up with the final score.
And we got Blake Miller and Jarvis Orr confused before, but Jarvis Orr really doing the work in that setup. Blake Miller, the beneficiary, another Chase Oates long pass. But the forwards doing some nice work, sucking in numbers there. And Howard with no choice but to buy it in. Blake Miller, easy finish in the corner. And some well-needed points for the Brumbies going into the later stages of this tournament.
Again, it's Chase Oates seeing some space out wide. Good eyes up footy from the playmaker, but it will be not enough for the Brumbies today. The Reds very impressive. Oates looking to find the last two. From the touchline, Oates hits it and hits it well. And that'll be full time here in Canberra. And it's the Queenslanders with the ambush in the opening round. Full-time score, the Reds 47, the Brumbies 31. After trailing 14 points to nil in the opening half, they fought back and fought back well.
They did. They really wrestled back momentum. It was a bit of a stalemate until probably that 50, 55 minutes. And then I think it was the maul that was the differentiating factor. Tom Robinson sneaking a hat-trick of maul tries. But they really just found that stranglehold and didn't let go, Geordie.
Well, let's waste no time. Let's check out some of these second half highlights. Because at the break, they couldn't be split. It was 14 in all, and the Brumbies would start fast.
And this is that Chase Oates long ball we were talking about. One to each winger in that second half. But Coco Salim had some strong carries. But this is what we were talking about. The maul that was unstoppable. Here it comes again. Tom Robinson holding onto the ball on all of them. But the work being done up front. Bill Ross, Charlie Brosnan were impressive there. And Trayvon Pritchard getting his second. Some nice work from Tucker on the edge. But he just has that ability to shrug off defenders, hold the ball. Then Blake Miller back to Jarvis Orr for the Brumbies to get back involved in the score sheet. Looked like they were going to climb back until once again that maul came singing. Charlie Brosnan got in that line out well. And when you see a hit like that, there is just no way you're going to stop it without it causing penalties. And here it is, the man we talked about all game. Options outside him, but just knows what he can do with his own 2 feet. The skill, the strength, the brute force. And he was excellent today.
They would have the final say. The ACT Brumbies, Oates showing his vision once more, and Miller set one up earlier and he finds one of his own in the end to cap off 31 points for the Brumbies. But they would fall short, the Reds 47, 7 tries to 5, highlighted by the two main men, Robinson and Pritchard, both collecting hat-tricks. And check out McGahn off the tee, 6 from 6. Handy number 10, Oates 3 from 5 off the boot for the Brums. As we turn our attention now to the fixtures for Next Gen Under 20s Super Rugby. And this is how round one ended up. 97-5, the Tars did an absolute clinic over the Force. And as we mentioned, the Reds 47-31 over the Brumbies. What's to come next week? The action will continue for you across the weekend, because the Super Rugby Pacific will start next week as well, so there's so much to look forward to. We've got the Force and the Brumbies at HBF. Will be a curtain raiser to that Super Rugby game. And then at Ballymore, the Reds and the Waratahs, the two top dogs so far. That'll be an absolute classic match, Liam, right?
Oh, it sure will. That's going to really decide who goes into the last round on top. Reds and Tars both showing some strong signs. The Tars probably a bit of an easier contest yesterday, but the Reds will be buoyed by a strong Brumbies side who they managed to hold off.
And that'll just wrap up our coverage here in Canberra. The Reds with the ultimate ambush in the nation's capital. Liam Wright, thank you. Going to be back in business with you, my friend. In the meantime, my name is Jordan Hughes, and we'll see you next week to do it all again.